The house stood alone, grey, weathered, forgotten. It perched atop the hill, shrouded in mist and shadows. Locals whispered tales, stories of sorrow, stories of anger, stories of a haunting presence. No one dared approach, yet something about it beckoned. Lucy, a young woman with a thirst for the unknown, felt the pull. The stories intrigued her, the danger excited her. She dismissed the warnings as folklore. One crisp autumn afternoon, she stood before the imposing iron gates. The house seemed to watch her, its empty windows like judging eyes. The air grew colder as Lucy stepped onto the overgrown path. The wind whispered through the trees, carrying faint, unintelligible murmurs. She felt a presence, watching, waiting. The front door creaked open, as if inviting her in. A sense of foreboding washed over her, yet she pressed on. The house had awakened. Inside, dust swirled in the faint slivers of light that pierced the gloom. The air hung heavy, thick with the scent of decay and forgotten memories. Whispers followed her, growing louder, clearer. They seemed to emanate from the grand, sweeping staircase. An unseen force compelled Lucy to ascend. The whispers intensified as Lucy reached the top of the stairs. They led her down a long, darkened hallway to a room at the very end. Moonlight spilled through a broken window, illuminating a tarnished, full-length mirror. It stood as a stark sentinel in the otherwise empty room. As Lucy neared the mirror, a figure began to materialize in its depths. A woman, draped in a flowing white gown, her face obscured by shadow. Her eyes, however, burned bright, filled with a sorrow so profound it reached out, wrapping around Lucy like icy tendrils. Lucy couldn't tear her gaze away. The woman's sorrow was magnetic, hypnotic. It pulled Lucy in, deeper and deeper, until she felt she was looking into the woman's very soul. And then, slowly, the woman turned, her face emerging from the shadows. The face that stared back at Lucy was her own. Yet it was different, older, filled with a depth of despair that Lucy, in her youth, couldn't possibly comprehend. The whispers reached a crescendo, swirling around her, merging into a single heart-wrenching scream. Panic surged through Lucy. She tried to step back, to break free from the mirror's hold, but it was too late. The reflection reached out, its icy fingers wrapping around Lucy's wrist, pulling her into the cold, unforgiving glass. The house on the hill stood silent once more. The whispers faded, the wind settled. Lucy was gone, claimed by the mirror and the spectral woman within. But her story, like the countless others before it, became another brick in the foundation of the haunting legacy of the grey house on the hill. It waited patiently for the next curious soul to wander within its grasp.